Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking time to spend a little time with me. And I welcome you to, I guess, the first official before play video. Although I may have done it last week. I tell you, these weeks run so fast, I don't remember. But this is week 2 of the before play where I give my quick keys to victory, if you will, and just talk a little bit about Friday's injury report, who's in and who's out. And we'll talk about that. So let's get right to it, guys, because this particular video is not meant to be that long. It's short and sweet. And as I look at myself here on screen, I don't know why I didn't take off this shirt with this lime green check on it. It is what it is. Players mess up too. But all right, man, let's take a look really quick, guys, at what's going on here. As you can see on the Friday injury report, Russell Wilson still limited. Patrick Queen is full, so that's good to see. Roman Wilson is limited. Darius Rush was full. We know that he was in the concussion protocol. Dan Moore is full. Tomlin mentioned that he had a situation with the ankle. Isaac Seumalo did not practice, so as we're going to see here shortly, he's going to be out. Cam Hayward, of course, just rest. He was a full participant on Friday, as well as Larry Ogunjobi, full participant and dealing with a knee situation, it appears to be. And let's just take a look, man, at the Denver Broncos. As we can see, Devon, I don't know if you pronounce his name Veal or Veely. I'm not sure, but he is out. And I'm not sure how important he is to their efforts because I'm not even familiar with the kid. But he's going to be ruled out. If we look at some of the guys that they kind of had pop up on Friday's injury report, tackle Garrett Bowles with the calf, he was full. Josh Reynolds, Achilles, full. There we are again. Devon Veal or Veely did not practice, so we already know he's out. Center Luke Wattenberg was a full participant with the ankle injury he's dealing with, and then also outside linebacker Jonah Ellis, full, and he has a knee. So we always want to keep a close look at some of those guys, man. You never know what's going to happen in terms of, what might be announced before the game. But who we can already rule out, we saw their receiver. But as far as the Pittsburgh Steelers, Isaac Seumalo again has been ruled out. So I'm assuming Spencer Anderson gets the nod again. But then we want to pay attention, man, to guys like Roman Wilson and guys like Russell Wilson. And speaking of Roman Wilson, man, Mike Tomlin, they interviewed him today, I believe, or maybe yesterday. I think it was today, but he talked about how him and Troy Fautanu's situation is different. Whereas Roman Wilson got injured earlier in the process and wasn't as involved in the process, whereas Troy Fautanu was heavily involved, played in a preseason game or two before getting injured. So he's more ready, if you will. Tomlin kind of said he's more available as far as his availability, and they didn't put him on the injury report. So you would assume that he practiced as normal. Tomlin kind of alluded to that, and he said that they will decide how they will, divvy up the reps. And it's interesting because we also heard Tomlin say in his Tuesday presser, he said that he feels like a Troy Fautanu has done enough to earn the ability to battle. I'm assuming he's talking about right tackle. So I'm assuming Tomlin is talking about Fautanu and Broderick Jones, whereas Dan Moore appears that he will still more than likely be the left tackle. So as we could tell right now, guys, unless something happens or unless something comes out that we're not familiar with, but it looks like right now they're still going to run with Dan Moore at left tackle, and it will be between Broderick Jones and Fautanu at right. I would love to see if by some chance they end up doing Jones at left and Fautanu at right, only because these guys were drafted to be your starting tackles at some point, so you got to see what they got. Now, the quick sidebar question I would have is, what has Broderick Jones not done, or what did he not do in game one that would make you want to start Fautanu, who's been out for a while? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, was he showing that much better or to be that much better of a right tackle than Broderick Jones before he got injured? We don't know. We don't know because I can't quite remember his full performance in preseason, and preseason is preseason. But we shall see. I'm cool with whatever way they go as long as it's the best option for the team. Now, as far as Russell Wilson, clearly Russell Wilson is limited. You would think that he's not going to play. Mike Tomlin alluded to the fact on Tuesday that they were going to approach this week with Justin Fields being the starter, as well as, of course, leaving the light on for a guy like Russell Wilson. But I feel like if you're limited in all 3 days of practice, doesn't sound like he's going to start. I know he's a veteran, but he's not a veteran for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? First season, I feel like Tomlin and crew are going to go with the hot hand, so to speak, and just allow Russell Wilson more time to heal. And there you have it. Now, as far as, man, what I think the Steelers need to do to secure victory, man, listen, if they can put up the defensive effort that they put up in the first week against the Falcons, again, every week is different. Every challenge is different. Every matchup is different. But what I'm saying is I would like to see them continue to be able to dominate the line of scrimmage with the front seven, and particularly the front four and the edge rushers included in that. If they can continue to get pressure, I think you can make it tough on Bo Nix. You know, being a rookie, make him work for it. All right, force him into some mistakes. Make his internal clock speed up. So I think if we can just put pressure on him, you know, the Broncos at this current date, they don't scare me because, again, Bo Nix is a guy, rookie trying to prove himself. I am familiar with guys like Courtland Sutton, but, you know, I'm not too afraid of their offense. I have tremendous respect for my man, Javonte Williams. You guys know at the time when we were looking at running backs, I was not mad if Williams would have been the pick over Najee or vice versa. I was cool with both of those guys, but I'm a big fan of Javonte Williams. So, you know, we definitely want to work to limit his production. But I just think, man, if we just get pressure and rattle Bo Nix, I think that is all we have to do. Play stout the way we played against the Falcons in terms of the front seven producing tremendous pressure, and play very sticky on the back end, man. I mentioned that post-game and on Tuesday. I think against the Falcons, we had really sticky coverage, man. It wasn't too many times, even in zone, where I felt like we were largely out of space or largely out of position, right? And what I mean by that is, you know, you didn't see too many times where guys were wide open. Even when they made a catch or Kirk Cousins tried to fit the ball in there, it was a tight throw. And I think you can accomplish that in man or zone if you're just playing sound, except for that one touchdown that was given up. But the Falcons just flooded us, man. They ran the perfect concept against that cover three, and there was nothing we could do to play Kyle Pitts, and they got the touchdown. But largely, secondary played great, but it really was the pressure just wreaking havoc. If you can do that against a rookie Bo Nix, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers can come out of this one successful. And then offensively, man, continue to work that play action. Continue to work that play action. Continue to mix in Justin Fields with his legs, design runs. I even saw, man, if you guys remember on that third down that he converted late in the game, it was a QB counter, something that we see Lamar Jackson and the Ravens do all the time. It's very good to see the Steelers being able to mix in something like that in their arsenal. So continue to do that, man. Play action, run the football, take shots when needed. I think they don't have to really come in with a serious game plan. I think if they come in with the game plan that they had against the Falcons, even offensively, and can take the production a bit higher, I feel like at this current stage of the Broncos that they will face, they have a chance to win this football game. One thing they definitely need to be mindful of, though, is the environment and the thin air in the Mile High City. So hopefully guys are prepared and oxygen will be on tap because they may need it. But this one was quick and easy, man. I don't really have anything overarching. Listen, stick to the script, maintain those drives, but I say the plan can be a carbon copy of what we did against the Falcons. And I think they'll be okay. But we'll see, man. Justin Fields getting his second start. Keep an eye out and see who actually is the right tackle. And keep an eye out to see if those guys are interchanged at all throughout the game. And let's see if Dan Moore is going to be the left tackle. I would assume so, but very, very interesting. And outside of that, man, the only other thing I was going to say, had Patrick Queen not been able to go, I would have been curious to see Peyton Wilson in a starter capacity. However, he's pretty much a starter anyway because he comes in for sub-package football. So it is good to see that Patrick Queen is not injured. And I would like to see more out of him as well. I would like to see a little more moments where I could say, oh, he popped off the screen, or memorable moments in this game, as he didn't really have many. Didn't say, I'm not saying he played bad in the first game, but there wasn't moments that you could key on and talk about like you could with somebody like a Montravius Adams and a Cam Hayward and Peyton Wilson, and Deshaun Elliott, Dante Jackson. Like, it was moments in that game that you was saying, oh, that was good play. There wasn't a whole lot of off-the-screen moments with Patrick Queen, so I would like to see him, take his game to another level perhaps in this particular game. But that's all I got, man. Hopefully the Steelers can get it done. I wanted them to go at least 1-1 on these first 2 road trips. They've already taken care of one, so it would be outstanding to come back to Heinz Field. Of course, there's always Heinz in my heart. It'll be outstanding to come back home with a 2-0 record to face off against the Los Angeles Chargers. And that's all I got. But outside of that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, man. Definitely leave me your thoughts in the comments on anything that I talked about or anything that you just want to talk about. I'll do my best to respond. And more importantly, man, I just need you guys to take care of a couple things here, right here. Boom. As I cover my face, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, but also, man, along with subscribing, make sure you like and share. Don't just like. If you can like and share, I would greatly appreciate it. Outside of that, stay healthy, stay safe, God bless, good night, and like always, I thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.